Right. Welcome to Monday night. I wanted to take it really like back to basics for today. I fully understand this last few months, there's been so many new people come on, and it's really like breaking this business down to the basics. Like there's seven fundamentals of this business, and one of the biggest ones is inviting people to look at the business and actually like getting this opportunity in front of people. And it's like it's our job to share this opportunity and not be attached to the outcome. We have no idea what people are after, who needs what. There's so many different reasons why people join the business, and like everyone on here is in this business for a different reason. So I really wanted to share yeah, like how to like create a list, create and looking at this list like it's not like you've got to tick people off, but really creating a list of people is all about, like, I would suggest having one on your phone, having this ongoing list where you can just keep adding to people. I'm just going to pull up my notes so I don't go sidetrack because you guys know me, I can talk a bit. Um, but really about, like it's a skill to find people to talk to, because if you think about it, we all will ask our friends, family, or just like we basically will start off um, getting people to our family, friends to really come onto a Discover Arbonne or Discover Nutrition that Pearl runs on a Wednesday night. We really encourage them to come on, listen, hear what we're doing, and then we can branch out to other people we know, but we're going to get to a point where we don't know people. Like we're going to have to get out of our comfort zone. And that's where I really want to talk to you tonight. Okay. And we all get to this part. And this is the part where a lot of people might fade off, if I'm brutally honest, because this is where you're either going to like break through some uncomfortable barriers to grow yourself. And this is where you might get kickback from people, or you might get, I don't know, you can really get people talking or like saying, oh, you're doing that thing. But honestly, when people say that, it's either they're not educated, or this industry, if you just break it down right, it's $109 to start the business. You think about a gym, like, or a beauty salon, you're going to fork out anywhere between $250,000 to $500,000 to get that business up and going. Could take 5, 7, 8 years to make profit. So you're in debt for so much. And people, we're in this society where people are congratulating you and like it's so good to be in so much debt to start like a brick and mortar and all these things because it's just the norm. But in reality, so much is shifting, so much is moving online, and it's the network marketing space. It's like everyone who's coming in and who's doing it now, we're really trying to undo like w people who have botched it up in the past. Because you have come in and like there's been people who have come into the business, they've got no skin in the game. They've got no like financial, they haven't got $500,000 that they would spend creating a gym or a beauty salon. They haven't got that in it. So they're like, oh, I could just like leave, $100 out might be someone's dinner, a dinner date with your husband. And so this is where this can be, people can get really bad judgment from it is because the business model works and it's up to us to work it. Okay. And so one of the main thing is like finding people to talk to. So I want you just to have this thing in your head. You can write it down is don't overthink it. Don't prejudge people and just create this list where it's almost like it's a skill. It's a skill to be able to like talk to people. I'm going to talk you through this now. So if we really want to start with our warm market is things like, so if you pick up your phone, you've got your contact list. You've then got your Facebook friends list. Your Facebook friends list is really good because the difference between Facebook and Instagram is Instagram, almost anyone can follow you, especially if you're not private. Facebook, generally, you know those people. Like they have to request to be friends and you have to have accepted them. So you can go through that. I suggest like actually making time to block this out. So where in your week this week can you make time to go through your list? And I've actually just redone this exercise in the last over this last week before training you guys. And it took me honestly like 3.5 hours to go through my phone contact list because I had so many from my personal training days. And I'm like, who is that? Who is that? Don't remember you. And then you had to go back through conversations like, oh, that person. And so you might have these people from like your old job or old workmates and like from school from ages ago that you might go through. So you've got phone contacts, you've got your Facebook friend list, then you can go to Instagram. You can really check who's following you, who's liking your posts, who's engaging. Those are the people who are probably really interested in you. And then we can then expand. So, like, who are the neighbors around you? Extended family, family friends. We've got, you know, your parents' friends, kind of things like that. So that's like our warm market. If you go into the Boards app on your phone, and there's a section there called messaging people. At the top of it, it's got this memory jogger from Eric Worre. So Eric Worre is the guy who has the podcast of oh my God, 7 steps to GoPro, 7 steps to being a professional network marketer, something like that. He's like, it's a really good podcast. You've probably all listened to it because you've all done the startup program. Um, and the key thing about this is to not judge, just put their names down. So like when you get that 15-minute gap in your day, if you're sitting waiting for an early gym class or you're in the line in the car for something, like you can whip it out and you can literally send a little text. And I'm going to share that text very soon. So yeah, just again, like it's our have this mindset that it's our job to share this opportunity, and we're not prejudging. We really like this is a gift. This business, like you can have people change your lives. Like we change people's lives. But imagine if you just didn't ask a next like an MVP. And this actually happened to um I don't know Pearl Williams if you've heard this story, but Emma Woitis, who she did 8 years in Arbonne. She's only just finished up a couple of years ago. But she was so hesitant to ask Lauren. Is it Lauren Clegg? Who's Lauren from Auckland? I can't remember her name. But she was so like, she was, oh, should I ask? Should I not? Should I ask? And then Katie Snow asked her. And then because Katie Snow asked her, she said yes. And Lauren actually went to RVP within like 6 months of her business. And Emma was too scared to ask that person. So you really don't know. And these are girls from New Zealand. So you really don't know who's needing this opportunity. Okay, so that's your warm list. Then your cold market. And these are like where you go out of your comfort zone, okay? And this it's not like you're cold messaging, picking up the phone. These are people where you are going to all the time, but you just never met. So these are people who might be coming into the gym. There might be someone new at the gym who you might be partnered up with. There might be school drop-offs or daycare drop-offs. You're in like you're walking in and out between like these same like I know at daycare I have these same mums I walk in and out with. Haven't actually talked to them a lot, but that's something I need to do. Um, and then you've got events or meetups. So if you're ever invited out places, go and go there. I've just started a new dance class and it's actually really exciting because there's so many faces and so many cool personalities and there's actually just so much fun. But that's somewhere else you can. I think Kayla messaged me today and she said that she went to the dentist and got the number from the lady behind the desk. Like, how exciting. And she was buzzing because she just said like she was just such a fun person. And I was like, those are the people. Like I have this rule and this is just a rule that I have. But if someone is super chatty or will just have a conversation with you, I will make the effort to really like chat back to them, get to know them, and eventually like say, hey, like you're really fun. Like I love your energy. Like, I'd love to grab a coffee. Are you on Instagram? I can give you a message later in the week. And then that's a really simple way is just to connect with them. Um, if there's someone who's a bit hesitant, it's kind of like, yeah, it's up to you to really judge that. But people who are hesitant, like you really want people who are at least a little bit chatty in this business. And like these are skills that can be learned though. And so what this can be look like, it can look like starting a random conversation. You could like the weather is a great one. Weather and dogs or babies or kids, weather, dog, kids are really good general conversations because generally everyone knows what the weather's doing. If it's like kids are a really good bonding point, and so are dogs or cats. Okay, those four things, just have those in your like back pocket. Um, Giving someone a compliment. If someone walks in and they have a really nice hairdo, or you really like their shoes, you're like, wow, I love those shoes. Where did you get them from? And they're like, oh wow, no one's ever complimented my shoes. But like say it with meaning, like don't compliment them if they're really ugly shoes, like really give genuine compliments. Like how can you go about your day and give people compliments? If you're really scared, this is an exercise you can all do. Next time you're at the grocery store, I want you to start chatting to the cat the checkout, like go to someone who's actually going to do it, not your self-serve. Go and you'll listen to them. All they'll say is, hi, how's your day? Good, good. Beep. beep, beep. That's it. Like I feel my sister did that job when she was 18. She said it was the boringest day of her life because no one really talks to you. And I promise you, go and like tell me, drop in the chat when you do this. Everyone go to the grocery store, go grab something tomorrow, but go talk to them and start a conversation. And they'll probably actually reply and say, "Oh, no one ever asked me that." Like and it makes you feel good. Like if you can make people smile, it's just this act of kindness and you just feel good. You just raise your energy and you go about your day feeling better as well. Where am I in my notes? Okay. So once you're connected with them, so I've gone through like your phone list, all that, and then you've gone to like your cold marker, which is like daycare drop-off, sports, all those things. Somehow grab their number, somehow grab their Instagram. If it's not messaging them right now, at least they're following you on social media, or you've kind of add them to that list where like we're later down the track, 2 or 3 weeks might go by. Like I've just spent a week with sick kids, so like last week I feel like my head was in the clouds, but I've kind of come back through it and I'm like, oh, that's right, I was meant to do that. And it's the same with your list. If you got that list, you're like, oh, that's right, I met that person at daycare the other day, and because you've rejogged your mind, right? Because life gets busy. And so this can be like, I remember Sarah Dunning teaching me this years ago, and it can work so well. It is in the boards app, but I'm going to go over it again. So it's like using like this 6 or 7 step structure where you can kind of put it anywhere because the way you start it. So what you do, you start the first sentence by saying, "Hey, this is a bit random." And then when you say that, it's like, okay, they know you're shifting the conversation. They know you're not just like asking something at random. They're like, okay, like what's going to come out of that, right? Say, hey, this is a bit random, but are you open-minded to new ideas, opportunities or a new business? And it's like, it's like you've given them you've started with like it's a bit random, so that almost you can say anything after that. Are you open-minded to new business ideas? Like I'd love to tell you a bit more about the business I do. And once you practice it, it can really just flow, but then you compliment them. So this is why this works, is because one, you've started saying like this is going to be a bit random. So they're like, okay, cool, like we're really changing the conversation. It's not just going to be like out of the blue. And it comes from a point of authority that, it's almost like you might be open, you might not. Like are you open to new business ideas? I'd love to tell you a bit about the business I do. I can tell you're really a genuine. I can tell you're really chatty, or like like you have a really good energy about you. And or just do something like that. Like you seem like such a hard worker, or um you seem really switched on. Are you in business yourself? And I'll copy and paste this from my notes and I'll put it in the chat and I'll put it in that section as well. But if you give them a compliment like, oh, like you're really chatty to talk with. I think it'd be great at what I do. And you just like kind of it just flows. Um, and then I don't know if they reply, say, yeah, I'd love to hear it or whatever. If they say no, like, cool, just that's all good. Like they haven't even heard it. They're probably not open-minded. But if they say, yeah, like I'd love to hear, you say, cool, I'd love to meet you for a coffee one time. And I want to stress that you want to make a time to talk about it because this business is like, it's a business. Like I said at the start, it's literally $1 million business for $100 to start. And if we get them in a coffee, or you can invite them onto like the Wednesday night Discover Arbonne, you can just say that as well. That's another option. But if you do that, it really makes it sound like a business meeting rather than going from like a cafe coffee shop line or the side of the soccer field, whatever. You're really like taking it to like, okay, like I'd really love to explain it, and then you can decide from there. And so what you say there, like if you're up for it, I can meet you for coffee over the weekend. And said it may or may not be for you, but you never know. And that last part there, it may or may not be for you. That just takes the pressure off them. It comes over like a vibe, like, hey, like I'd love to share this with you. It may or may not be for you, but like I want to share, like let's share it with you, and you never know what's going to happen. So it's like it takes the pressure off them because when we're not attached to the outcome. We're here to share. And then you can sort of time from there. So that like 7 step thing, it's literally like it sounds 7 steps. It sounds like ages, but it's literally like two sentences, 3 sentences max. So what it sounds like if you do it, you're like, hey, this is a bit random. Are you open-minded to new ideas? I'd love to tell you a bit about the business I do. I can tell you're really chatty and I think you'll be amazing at it. If you're up for it, I can meet you for a coffee and tell you more. It may or may not be for you, but you never know. Are you free Saturday, 10 o'clock? And like it just kind of flows. So that is something that you can really, um, yeah, I remember Sarah Dunning telling me that about that. Pearl, you've probably heard that too. Have you heard that? Yeah. I heard it my first couple of years of business, and it kind of like it almost takes the weight off your shoulders. Like if you learn how to talk to people like that, it's almost like you can go anywhere and start a conversation, and you can just ask, and it's like we're not attached to the outcome. And it's a way to like chat to anyone. And it's a way to go. You're like, oh my gosh, if you know that, if you know how to do that, you could go anywhere and do this business. Um, and so following up from that, um, like obviously grab their number, grab their Instagram. You can be like, hey, it's really nice meeting you today. I can't wait to explain more with you. Let me know what times work on Saturday or Sunday, or whatever days, and we'll speak soon. And then if example, say if they don't text back or you can't really find the time that works, what you can do is you can send, so in the Boards app, there's all the video links and like the Discover Arbonnes, like Pearl, she's probably recorded one, the one from Jess and I the other night, there's heaps of them on there. If you need help finding one to suit you, just ask Pearl and I. But you can send those off to people. Um, and that works really well because people are busy. People are busy, even driving anywhere. It's in the hard bus for so many people these days. Um, does that all make sense for everyone so far? Yeah. Okay. The last part for finding people to talk to online is if you can think of like three people that you love to follow that you think would be amazing in your business. So, for example, you could do like a local fitness studio. You could do like speakers who are like, I don't know, Mel Robbins, there's like that. Yeah, people like that. You can go onto those pages. So I like find people local. Local's so good we can build in person. Like we can do this online anywhere. But you all know, like when we come to events, when do social stuff, like that's where the magic happens. That's where you build the relationships that we like people love that. Um, Find like so let's say you find a local gym. Usually people who go to the gym already have the habits to do this business because they keep themselves fit, they eat healthy, like they have a routine. So they're really good base. You can go to that page and you can see who are the followers on that page. And then when you find those followers, you can then go look for the ones that have got people stuff on their stories. So people who generally have things on their stories they're probably more active on social media. So that's one skill that or they're probably just like they're already putting themselves out there. So it's like one thing that they've already got going for them that could help with this business. It's not always like a make or break. And then you can either start following them or what I usually do is I follow. And if they follow me back, then I'm like, that's like an open to start like a conversation. If they don't, like all good, I just won't push it. But when I start a conversation, this is what works really well is that you just reply to a story. So I don't know, you can relate to anything like kids, like I said, kids or dogs, so good. If kids pop up, but they're in a playground, I'm like, wow, that playground looks so fun. Where is it? Or someone's kids have skin issues. You were like, wow, my kid used to have that rash. Like, um, I found this cream worked or something. Or you can be like, have you tried this? And you can do like really random conversations, but something that's like nothing to do with Arbonne. Like I want to stress that, put that in writing. Like don't blurt out Arbonne. Don't even talk about Arbonne. Just get to know them. And just what you really want to do is like start 5 to 10 new conversations a day any um without any focus of like wanting a customer or a consultant. Like you just want to go out there starting conversations and you get to a point if you're doing this all day, starting 5 to 10 conversations a day, you're going to be and you can do more. You can do you're going to be in so many conversations going forward and this is really going to help. You're going to get to a point where you're not going to be like everything's relied on this one person making an order, you know. You're gonna be if you're focused, I also remember this, I've heard this so many times. If you're focused on one or two people making an order, we aren't speaking to enough people. So we don't ever want to feel like we need people. We want to be just in so many conversations that if someone doesn't want to order, if someone's like says no, if someone doesn't want to come along to your event, like we're fine because we've got so many other people to talk to that they are just like someone else will just come back to later down the track. Okay. So those are really good ways to chat to people. Um, I did have some. Oh, so some ideas. Sorry, I'm going to put some more ideas here. I did have some ideas. So things like, so a container on Instagram or like three containers, three people, three places. That's what a container is. So it's like something where you really want to, um, who would you follow? So like if you watch podcasts, your local gyms, your cafes that you love to go to. Maybe you got a wellness influencer or a fitness influencer that you love following, a mentor or someone like Mel Robbins would be a mentor. Um, Parenting or mindset or entrepreneur pages. People following those pages are probably ones who would be incredible for your business. Uh, yeah, okay. I think that's all my notes. Does anyone do you want to add anything to that, Pearl?
No, I think that's great. And just even just going back to where you said, with messages, just saying, this may or may not be for you. Having that when you're speaking that, you're coming from a place not of this may or may not be for you, sort of a nervous place, but of a place of it might not be for you because you might meet them and be like, you know what, I don't really think you've got something that's going to build this business. Because within this business, you do have to be self-driven, and that is the beauty of it. We get to choose who we work with. So really that just can shift that mindset of being like from sort of a nervous place to that confidence in this may not be for you. And it's all good. But my job is to share it with you. And then you can decide that. And, I've met with lots of people and been like, they've sort of been interested, and I'm just like, oh man, this is not something I think would be good for you. And so, I haven't said that, but I've just veered that conversation more into the products, about them trying it, and moving them into that. And when you're a driven person that wants to grab hold of something, you'll grab hold of it. Do you know what I mean? You'll try the products and you'll run with it. And you'll get back, you'll chase this. Do you know what I mean? So just having that real confidence. But no, that's you're so on point, Em. Yeah.
Amazing. Amazing. Yeah, you're really right with that with Pearl. And don't be, I'm just gonna like one last thing with that. Like, don't be afraid to tell them like the work that's involved. Like, I really don't like it when people say like, oh, you can build this in 15 minutes a day, or like it's just bits and bobs of your day. Guys, you can get it started. Like, you can definitely get it started and do stuff. But if you really want to build it, you actually have to carve out time. You do, especially if you want to get to the VP level. You really do have to carve out time, and it's everyone's different how they want to build it, right? But like, don't be afraid because you'll attract the driven women who want to work and build it because it won't be like that forever. Like, it's like, what have you ever heard the plane analogy? Like, if a plane was like, oh, I'm just gonna hang out, just be like, oh, cool. Oh, it might just like slow down for a bit. Like, that plane's never fucking gonna get off the ground, right? But if they put foot to the metal and it goes, 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 like it's gonna get off and it keeps going. It's never gonna stop until it gets to its destination. Okay, and that's your business. It's like you really want to do like really like go hard with your business 3 to 6 months. You can change so much of your life if you just like head down, bum up. Um, so yeah, so call to action is go do like we can watch the replay if you need, but like go create that list, go start these conversations online, go start the conversations with that person behind the counter at the countdown, at the gym, at daycare, at sports and all the things, and just like practice. Like even just go out to be practicing and just getting used to those social skills, right? Yeah. Well done for showing up for yourself on a Monday night like you do every Monday. I'm very proud of you girls. Like so much is going to come from this. This is like the habits that you're when you fill your mind, honest to God, you become a different person, an amazing person. So well done for you girls all jumping on.
See you on Sarah Success.
Yes. Bye.